So as I told, I'm going to talk about realistic information. I'm not an influencer. I'm not somebody who has been trained to talk. I am a founder who wants to share information as much as I can that can help you. In this section, I want to talk about three things: why to start, what to start, and when to start. So why to start, right? So one have to understand a startup is a long game. It's not just a small overnight success. Lot of news that comes over says that overnight success. The overnight can be 6 months, sometimes it can be 3 years, sometimes it can also be 10 years. So when you decide why you need to start, always understand the criticalities of time, financial impacts, and when you understand this, then you come to a situation of why you want to start, right? It cannot be a small disappointment in your sudden career, you just want to start, or just that you found something is happening then you want to come and start. Don't do that. Do your thorough research, right? That's when you understand why you want to start a startup that you can put all your heart and soul to make it big. Then what to start, right? So a lot of people think like, this is a problem I found and so I've started a company. That doesn't work like that. The problem should be really big. Most importantly, it's a scalable problem. Like I've seen so many startup ideas coming up saying that, I want to solve this problem. Yes, you have to solve the problem, but understand if this is your problem or it's a global problem. When I say global, I'm talking about a larger population problem. Unless it is not a larger problem, starting doesn't help you, because you're going to solve a small problem which cannot be scaled as a business, right? It can be a small feature in some of the products, or it might not be a real problem at all that you're thinking of. So to conclude, what to start, a problem should be big enough that can be converted to a business and that can solve larger population problem and in long term. Now when to start, right? This is a very important question. You have to understand that not every startup is successful. 80% of the startups fail. You know why? Because there are a lot of ingredients into it. The market, the technology, the consumers, where competition is playing their roles. This is the entire ecosystem game. So to decide when to start, you need to first understand all these dynamics. Without knowing these dynamics, starting any business is a failure. Of course, they say a lot of things, just jump in, just start, there is no right time, there is no wrong time. Yes, that is right until you understand when is that right time and when is that wrong time, right? Unless you don't understand, just because somebody said you started, then you will face a lot of risk, right? So this is very important that you know when to start rightly for the market. Now also there is when to start in your personal career, personal life, right? Because there is a lot of things that is going up and down. So I would say that you should also be ready personally to start a business.